Kia ora, and welcome to Constellations and All That. I'm your host, Tracy Cartwright, and together we will be exploring the world of family constellations with facilitators and clients from around the world, looking at different perspectives and experiences in the work, having a cup of tea and just chatting with some friends around their experiences in constellations. We'd love for you to join us. I hope that you enjoy this series as much as I have loved making it. Kia ora everyone, and welcome to Constellations and All That. Today I have the pleasure of chatting with Devi Hernandez. Welcome, Devi.
Thank you very much, Tracy. Thank you very much for having me in your podcast.
I would love for you to introduce yourself.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that, I just invite the guests to share a little bit about themselves and who they are, where they're from.
So my name is Devi Hernandez. Devi is like the name that my master gave me, so I use it as much as I can. I have a personal practice, a spiritual practice that is Advaita, and I receive a name, so I use it all what I can. And well, I come from Argentina. I have a partner that is from Australia. We've been traveling from Argentina to Australia for many years, and now we are settled in Australia, in Sydney. And I work doing family constellation, facilitating family constellations in different places. I teach for Latin America in the space that I learned, that it's called Espacio Dragma, and also I work in the Family System Hub, doing like group sessions or individual sessions for parents, so we can help them to have a more systemic view and heal through that. No, it's amazing.
Fantastic. And you're based in Sydney now?
Now I'm based in Sydney. Yes. What I did is at least they in the books that arrived to Latin America, they said that Bert Hellinger teach that the woman needs to follow the men when there are couples from different countries. So now we are doing that.
Not always easy to hear that, but
it's not nice to hear it.
but how does it feel?
It feels really good for the couple. So it was a perfect moment to do it. Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic. So one of my main questions is, how did you meet constellations? Or when was the first time you experienced a constellation?
I need to tell you my story. That is the thing.
Please do.
I used to work in content, in the entertainment work, doing TV and movies, things like this, as a producer. And in 2001, 2002, I got the blessed of interview Bert Hellinger, because he was teaching in Argentina some seminars. So I went there as, as an skeptic person, but as a journalist, neutral, wanted to know, but from a journalist point of view. But there was something inside me that, like, he planted a seed, And many years after, I was stuck in a relationship that we can tell a toxic relationship. And I thought, I couldn't stop that relationship. So I thought to ask another point of view. And I went for a constellation. And what it came through the constellation was, of course, completely different of what I thought. I thought that there was something about my father or whatever my mind used to explain for me. And I see completely different things. We saw an abortion of my grandma, and I didn't know that, at least not consciously, because when I asked to my mom, she says, yes, we always knew that. But I saw these things in my system, and something after that released. My first encounter with the constellation, I felt frustrated because there were a lot of information that I couldn't check until I get off the constellation, and what it brought was completely different of what I thought. So
Yes.
I felt like, what is going on? What is this? They don't know anything. And I left the place, and then I started speaking with my mom, and something with the time got a new flow. And well, life continued like this until I started struggling having kids. I couldn't have kids, and I was trying to have kids, doing different treatments for 7 years. And I decided to look deeper. I wanted to understand. There was nothing like we have in our life with my partner, nothing physically, nothing. And I decided I wanted to know more. And I thought family constellations were going to give me the explanation. So I didn't do a constellation. I started studying. I need to understand. And well, and that's how I start being a family constellator. Before I study many other things in my life, although I work on TV, I study, I don't know, yoga, astrology, coaching, many other things. But when family constellations arrived to my life, this is.
Fantastic. And you have a couple of children now.
Yes. And I'm sure it was after a constellation. I don't know, like I feel shy when I say this, but it was my experience because I don't want for the people to think that constellations can be a miracle thing or a magical thing, although life, it's magic and there are miracles around all the time. But like I'm serious of what we do and how the constellations work. So maybe it sounds like a fantasy when I say something like that, but in my life was like this.
Did you look at the subject directly, or were you looking at something else at the time and then it happened?
No. We've been trying to like have kids and we couldn't, and there was a moment that I fell inside. We have to go and constellate, but not only me, because you never know where in the family systems of these two people it's something that is there stopping life to continue in our life. Like we wanted to the life to unfold in that way, and we felt that that was something that was a calling for us. So I knew there was something behind this that we need to learn. And we sit in a constellation with my teacher in a group session. And my partner didn't know that my teacher got so many people that follow her. So it was during pandemia. And when the screen started and popping up like 60 people, he was like, okay, what are we doing here with so many people? But was amazing and really intimate. And like what it showed for us, what I can briefly tell you is like we were both looking to death in different ways. I was grieving for the kids that I couldn't have and just looking there and couldn't move forward. And he was grieving other death in the family system and seeing that and moving and finishing the situation in the constellation, I don't know, was the miracle. Because after that, we got pregnant.
Fantastic. I have seen some pretty magical things, what seem like magical things. They feel magical, like when you're experiencing them happen in the field. And we just never know what the ripple effect of the work is going to do, right? Other than as generally we feel lighter, we feel more peaceful or calm or grounded or connected, and maybe that's what was needed for that to happen too.
Yes. It's for me at least, it's impossible to explain. Whenever I put words, I think that I like diminish the experience, and I give to the brain, I feed the brain, I feed that part, no? And it's really so big. It's I don't know. It's
So
like being human.
is that my next question? How do you describe the work? But
I don't know. For me, it's big. Like I think we don't know like what is being a human being. We really don't end up understanding what we are. It finished Here it finished with our family system. Where do we stop being a human being? And I think in the family constellation, what we see is that. And I think that's why for me was like my goal to do in life, my the thing that I know that I have to do in life, because it's like the more spiritual but also factical thing in the life. Yes.
Fantastic. When you were doing your recording for Bert, was that a recording? Is that like was that a workshop that he was running and you recorded that? How did that come about?
With Bert Hellinger,
Hmm.
he was teaching, he came to teach to Latin America, to Argentina, many times. He did seminars, and that was the way that he used to teach, giving big seminars, and then he created a school. So I went to one of those seminars that he used to teach, and I went there to interview him and the person that bring him to Latin America in that moment was Theo Boltzmann.
Was who, sorry?
Theo Boltzmann is her name.
Don't know that person.
I can write it down for you if you want after. She was the one that created the Bert Hellinger Center in Argentina.
Yes, it's very popular in South American countries. Do you call it Latin American?
I think yes, we got the lucky that like someone wants to start bringing him. So like we have many books, many of his books translated. Many people that I don't know received the knowledge from him. My teacher was side by side with him. So for me, it's amazing to have that knowledge so direct, no?
Yeah.
Like after we all do our own thing, but having the knowledge coming direct from the source, also for me, it's something really important.
How would you describe your style? Would you describe it as traditional or something else?
No, I'm in Spanish we say Hellingeriana. I'm really based off what Bert Hellinger said, although he was saying things, different things during the time. But I allow myself to use other techniques or other wisdoms that come from other places, although I explain that I'm going to do something that is not strict family constellations. For example, in Latin America, we have a lot of ancient knowledge, shamanic knowledge. So sometimes I can use something that comes from there or from my spiritual path, or I study what we call compassionate inquiry. So I use a lot of techniques from the trauma because also this is something important. Now, like we can put name to what trauma means, what many people felt was feeling. They are not post-traumatic, post-war stress anymore. Like there are actual things that this life are bringing us and create footprints of trauma in our life. And with family constellations, we work with that. So I use the technique of CI that Gabor Mate teach also in the sessions. So I work with a lot of somatic. I don't stay only in the somatic because I think that is also only in the person consciousness, and we want to go beyond that, no, in family constellations. But I use it a lot. Yes.
Do you work with children?
Yes, that is, I don't know. This is the wonderful thing. Like when you ask me, like if I'm based here or how it feels to be based here, like this was something also magical that happens when you are doing the correct thing, you know? Like I got the opportunity to work in the Family System Hub, that it's a place where they work systemically with families. So that is amazing. It's a gift. So we can work with the parents that needs help through the lens of family constellations. I don't work with little kids, but yes, what they bring or the symptoms that they are having, we like look them through the systemic lens, through family constellation, knowing that they are bringing a message for all of us and an opportunity to finalize something, like to really end up something that was in the family system. So it's a beautiful thing, and a beautiful thing that like they opened me here to do.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Like I'm
It's
like,
amazing.
I'm getting the goosebumps that because it's I know how powerful this work is, and I see the ripple effects, and I see when things are cleared for the children, how much change and transformation can happen in a short period of time.
Yes, it is.
If you're working with the parents and that's moving things for the children and seeing the dynamics too, because it's a lot of people sometimes feel not sure they want to do this, but they don't want to blame anyone, or it's not about that, is it?
It's not about that.
Seeing what's there.
It's not about that. It's about love. That is the magical thing about family constellations. It's all what we can do as kids just for love. We can do whatever because we love our parents and because we are loyal to what it comes before us. So we, without knowing, we are able just to live our life, to give our life. So yes, it's amazing what we can do and how much we can help our kids and all the ones that are going to come by looking a problem in this way.
Yeah. Is it used? So I know in some parts of South America, constellations is used in the courts and in the hospitals and in other
Yes.
modality. Is it the same in Argentina?
Like in Argentina, we have techniques. So I know many people, lawyers or people that work in court. Maybe they don't say it out loud because not in every place is looked like as a good thing or a like normal thing, let's say. But they use it all the time. They use it all the time. I have, yes, people that work in court. Like I know people that work in court helping, for example, kids that are going to be adopted or things like this with family constellations. So
Can you just explain that a little bit more? Do you know how they would do that? What would they do?
Yes, I know. Like what they do is like they ask the parents that are going to be adopted, or they tell the parents them first if they want to do a constellation, just to check in what is going on in their life, how open they are to like take that kid, but not only that kid, receive that kid in their heart, but also the ones that said yes to life. Because
The system, right? You take your child, you also take the child's family system. Wow.
It's like that.
Wow.
It's just like that. So like one thing is give them the option to do a family constellation, and the other one is just to like you can do a little meditation if you want. I can share with you some thoughts about that. But it's checking in that like you can do a meditation, just checking if you can say thank you to the ones that say yes to life. And doesn't matter who they were, if they were good, bad, if they died or didn't die, but they decide to say yes and take care that soul that now is your kid. And many times the people is not open to say yes, to thank you, to be grateful. But maybe when you can tell them you only have to be grateful for life, they say yes to life. We don't care who they were. If they were violent, if they got like, I don't know, some addictions or whatever, they said yes to the gift you're receiving. That is another being.
Wow. Yeah. Gosh, imagine how much we could support others in this world if it was more constellation systemic approach to things.
It's not amazing what we do. I feel so much passion. I don't know, like it's amazing, and everything. Like when the people work, like there are a technique that it's specific for lawyers, so they can help people for the entanglements that are around the court or the that they are facing. It's a different technique. It's not like exactly what we do in a group session. They have some differences, but they use it also. But I think the principles are the same, like understanding who is missing, what is not in balance, like all the things are always there.
Yeah. And the resistance to authority or those who come before us.
Yeah.
Or, yeah. That would be so super helpful, right, in the court system. Yeah.
Yes. I think the more you do the work you are doing, this podcast, the more people can realize that this is not anything like weird and they can apply it in many things in life. Because for me, the gift of family constellations is all the philosophy that is around it. You need to constellate in order to see how big this is, like all the possibilities that open having this systemic lens.
Absolutely. It's for me personally, it's been a life changer. Where I would think I'd be here if I hadn't met constellations, like as in might have chosen to exit the planet. That's how my path was going. That pull very strong in my field as well. And now it's just like, I'm yes to life. I love life and things that, life is great. Yeah. Okay. So
thank you for sharing this with me, Tracy.
You're welcome. I am quite open on here about the things that come through because, others need to understand or appreciate knowing that, we can have our journey and it's always sunshine and roses or rainbows, is it?
No. Alejandra Pistorio, that is a really famous teacher in Argentina, in Latin America, she always said, we all come from the same mud. We are lotus flower, but we all came from the same mud. So if we think we are different from others, it's not real. We are all there in the same.
It's true. So do you also do workshops or is it more in your daily practice?
We do group sessions. We've been these are all the things that we are doing in the hub that it's amazing. We do group sessions, but we are also working with other play therapists. So teaching the principles of family constellation. And that it's really another wave of people that is starting to see with other eyes, because the play therapies are there helping parents and kids to heal, and through this systemic lens they can have a completely different impact. So we've been going around Australia sharing this with other play therapists or therapists. And also we are going to do a big seminar in February where Maite is coming to teach her technique that is compassionate constellation. And yes, so
when's that? In February?
In February, yes. She's going to be in Melbourne and in Sydney doing some group sessions, but in Melbourne teaching that technique. So I hope you can come.
Oh, you'll have to send me a link. Things are booking up already so fast.
I don't know. I sent you the link so you can come. It would be really nice.
Well, if I can't, I could at least put it on. I've got a couple of pages. I've got my own constellation page, and then I've also got the New Zealand Family and Systemic Constellation page.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah. So
but you are more than invited. I hope you can come and meet her.
You never know if the dates line up. You never know.
Yes, I hope. I hope. Yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, what else does the field want to ask? How has your family, so your family, your mum and dad, and I don't know if they're still with us, but how has it been for them, or have you witnessed for them as you've moved through your constellations? What have you noticed within your family system? Or not, or the larger system, or what have you seen?
I cannot speak in general because I think for what I could see, I saw changes in some of them and in different ways. First, the one that made the big change was me. No, that is the main thing. I was the one that made a big change. But also, speaking about that, and they saw how many changes I got in my life through family constellations, they start asking and they start doing constellations for themselves. Yes, my mom, my brother, people that weren't involved in this, nothing to do with that. And they start doing their own family constellations, but because they see me, no? Like the first thing is the shift that I got.
Isn't that brilliant? They're witnessing you move stuff and then they start doing it too. That's a bonus for you because there's
Yes.
yeah, they'll be moving.
Yes, and that's why I speak openly. When you tell me what brought you to family constellations, suffer, being stuck, suffer. And I describe what was in my life with no shame, because I'm sure many other people are listening and they feel the same thing. No? Yes, and we never know why. There are things that are in our, is trauma, no? Trauma, 100%. The past is here. We cannot see through that life because we have here the trauma. Until we don't go through that, can come from my grandmother, can come from, I don't know, whatever it is. And also for this life, for something that happened today. If we don't go through that and finish that unfinished thing that happened maybe 1,000 years ago, nothing is going to release. But when that happens, the changes you will see, it flourish all over.
Wow, like just when you said like 1,000 years ago and knowing that you have so much more history than obviously I'm alive because there's been ancestors that have lived before me, but that knowing some cultures know that history, right? And others, I'm a melting pot. There's a lot of secrets that are coming out and Constellation seems to be opening the door for me. But have you seen constellations that have gone back and opened, that have released things from that far back?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. I saw constellations like this. I would like to share one example. I was in one constellation. I was facilitating one constellation. The person need to travel to another place. It's funny because sometimes the people bring what it's in your topic of life, no? You never know if you're working for someone else or you're working for yourself, no? And this was a group session. And we were there, and this person couldn't do the journey. She started feeling like every time that she's going to travel to move to another country, she started panicking and they cancel everything. What we saw, we start talking about different things of her family system, and what we realized is that one of the great grandfather left a couple in Europe. Yes, the great grandfather left a couple in Europe. He got married again.
So he left a relationship.
He lived a relationship in Europe. He got married again with someone in South America, and he started a new life. So when we start doing the constellation, what we see is like she was looking to that woman crying in Europe 3 generations ago. 3 generations ago. So yes, 100 years. And this is for me also how we connect with spirituality, because like for Buddhism, what you see is like there are things that need to be finished in this life.
Yeah.
And she got the opportunity through that symptom of anxiety to finish an unsolved business of the family 100 years ago. Nobody knew the name of that woman. It was a story. Like, they don't know if she was alive, not alive, you know, like what happened, secrets. If she
Yeah.
was pregnant, she left kids, like nobody knew.
Yeah. Yeah. That giving her a place unconsciously.
Yes,
Mm,
yes,
yeah.
yes. We don't know. Like we start doing the interview, like she was like, no, I don't know. So I started asking her, well, who was the first one to arrive here? Like you was like thinking that maybe it's also you grow up with bad consciousness, no? Bert Hellinger used to say. So maybe was someone that was escaping, or I was like just having that doubts in my mind. And when I asked, does someone left, like, do you know if your grandfather left someone there? No, no, my grandfather, no. But my great-grandfather, yes. I don't know the details because they don't want to say they didn't want to say anything. And then with the time, like nobody speak, but I knew when I was trying to do my papers that I found a letter so that's why, how we realized.
And that's, sometimes these things, like you said, in your own constellation, there was information that came into the field and you didn't know the answers to it until you got home and you could ask your mum. And sometimes people
Exactly.
don't have anyone to go and ask.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That in that cases, I don't know how you work. I also tell them that this is what I think it is. No, I'm not certain because yes, if they don't have a way to ask, how we are going to tell them, no, this is an abortion that your grandmother got, like, and is this, and how do you know? How do you know for certain? Like we have many clues that make us think, yes, it is. And well,
I have seen in a constellation many years ago that I was a participant in it, and it went back through to like the 1700s to the witch trials, and this person was entangled with the energy of like that sisterhood wound through the witch trials and not being able to move forward in this life easily. That was really powerful. Yeah. So that was a few hundred years ago. So
wow.
And I've been in some really big systemic ones where there's been a lot of, ancient trauma that's still sitting in the field.
Yes. In Argentina, at least seeing my teacher work, we have a lot of trauma that comes from the dictatorship period, like these things that are between victims and perpetrators.
Yeah.
And we see a lot because we have a dictatorship that was really cruel. So we can see a lot of things like this.
Yeah. The colonization of it. Yeah.
Yes, 100%. I work in a month ago. I work in a constellation like where someone got a problem with land that they inherit, and they are all the time fights between the different generations because of this land. And what you perceive like easily is like it's not that fight, it's not the generations, it's what the first one took from the people that used to live there, from the ancient people. It wasn't the problem between brothers. The problem is like someone is not recognizing that that land wasn't them at the beginning.
So the colonization from and taking the land from the Aboriginals. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, we had that here too.
And you see it in constellations. You see that programs in constellations in New Zealand. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. It's different, I think, here in same but different. Like with the land, there could be that. And sometimes there is that in family disagreements around what's going to happen to it. There is still quite a bit of land that is owned or has been given back, but there's still a lot of healing to do around sort of thing. Yeah. I know you've mentioned your teacher a few times. Do you have any other facilitators that you look up to?
Yes, I follow Stefan Hafner a lot. Like he come to Argentina also many times. He came to Argentina. And when I'm not there, I follow him online. So it's someone that I'm really interested in his work and what
Oh,
he
I'd love
does.
to get him on my podcast. Put that one at the edge of the field. Let's get Stefan Hausner on my podcast.
Please, let's do it. Yes, yes, yes. Let's do it. Why not? It's really interesting. Yes, for me, it's someone I really love what he does. It's amazing. And also humble.
He is very humble.
Looking him work, it's amazing. You know, when someone is like with so much constellations over his shoulders, and all the time when he works, he says, he does like this, I don't know, a face of, we don't know where we are going. That humbleness, it's amazing because like it shows where we are really when we are constellating. We are not in a superior position. We know a technique, but we are blind in that moment.
I remember once he talked about he had a client come. He was in a workshop and there was a client sitting and came to sit in the hot seat, and there was some stuff that stirred up in him. And maybe it had happened during the day, I'm not sure. And so what he did before he constellated with this person, he put a representative for himself and a representative for the client onto the field to see what would be there, because for him, some of his ego stuff was, he was aware of that, which was beautiful. There was some uncomfortableness there, and his representative got down and sat on the floor, and the client's representative was okay at a distance, and everything was good. When there was a little bit of time, and so he went ahead with the constellation because he could see that there was that part of him that could do this constellation without him unconsciously wanting to be bigger, or because as the facilitator, right, we come into the client's field and we're the little ones in their field.
Yes.
So, yeah, I really admired that when he shared that. I have done that myself with someone. It was a really interesting process.
Yes, yes. For me, it's a really big master, and I like he shares openly also. You can ask him the questions that you want, and he answers everything. Like I really learned from him. All the times that I go to his seminars, yes, I learned so much. Yes, I like. And who else? And well, then Garriga, it's someone like also famous in like from Barcelona. And who else?
Can you type that name into the chat and I can have a look?
Yes.
Oops. Because your beautiful accent and the way it's rolled off your tongue
sorry.
didn't quite grab it. That's okay. I love listening to your accent. It's beautiful.
I hope the audience doesn't run out.
They'll be hard out listening.
It's Joan Garriga, one of the famous constellators in Spain.
Joan Garriga?
Yes.
That's how we would bastardize it in my language. Oh, all these interesting people that I'm hearing about. So I love that. It's just opening so many doors to meet so many amazing people that are tapping in and bringing their own uniqueness to the work as well.
Yes.
I think that was one of the things that really appealed to me, and I was describing it to someone today. It's like you're given the basic recipe, and then you can add your fruit to it if you were baking a cake. So Hellinger provided us with the foundations, and then if we have other things, because those are part of who we are, right? And we can infuse them into constellations or constellations into that. And some people choose to stick strictly to Hellinger's teachings. I kind of described it like it was a nourish bowl, but most people would know like a Buddha bowl, and you add your own flavors to it, right?
Yes, yes, yes. I think that there are many, I don't know, there are so many knowledge that goes really, I don't know, much with family constellations. And also sometimes you realize you need them in order to release something or move the energy. I don't know, the shamanic world, for me, it's also, I learn from other teachers that mix the shamanism with family constellations. My own teacher that got a whole path in that. And I am like, I cannot see family constellations without these things, because sometimes it's something that you need in order to like use a drum, just a simple thing.
So when I learnt constellations, I learnt the very much the basic, very Hellinger style, because my teacher was German as well. And through my journey, I've got the field of light told me I had to make a drum. So I made a drum and I started using it in my work. And wow, what a difference. Just the energy that it moves, and also using it for myself to clear myself, clear the space.
Yes.
And then my voice as well. So like I kept wanting to make sound in the workshops, and I'm like, oh, pushing it down. And then I ended up with a really big thing in my thyroid, and I was like, okay, I think my body is telling me I should be letting this out. So I started letting it out. And
Right.
yeah, because it's around being authentic too in the work, right? If you're not allowing yourself to be fully authentic in the field, then it's going to find some bumps and scrapes along the way, because you've got to just flow with it.
And if it's coming so clear, as you said, why we think it's not going to be something for the others?
Exactly.
Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, if it is coming that clear as a message, I need to use the drum, I need to use it. Why not? We never know what is going to happen after that. For me, the constellation doesn't start with the constellation. Start before. I don't know how it works for you. There's something that start happening before these things, like, today I'm going to ring the drum. And then you realize why, you know?
Yeah, sometimes it's days ahead, right? There are things that are coming in, and it's like,
yes. Or when you are attending to a group session, it didn't happen to you, at least for me, was like, I knew that I was going to be picked to be a representative.
Yeah.
Like, you are sure today I'm going to represent. You don't know why. I don't know what it is. Like, but I'm sure it's going to be me.
Teacher would do it in a certain way, and then I just knew when it was going to be my turn to get on the hot seat. Could feel like go hot really fast, really fast. Do you? Because you mentioned that you trained in astrology. Did I hear you say?
Yes.
Have you done? I've seen some people that use astrology and constellations. I don't know how it's done. I haven't seen it done, but have you ever seen that done?
I know people that does it, like constellate your natal chart. It's really interesting. It's really interesting as a workshop. I didn't do it. I use some knowledge like astrology, enneagram, things like this for myself to understand the ego of the other one, but not to work with that. What I did, a few, not workshop, but some seminars working with the tarot cards. So I did constellations with the tarot deck. And it's really interesting what happened, because you have two different informations. Like you have what the representatives bring and also what the cards are bringing. And it is amazing. I didn't do it in Australia yet. I did it in Argentina, but in Argentina, like, I had more people that comes to the group sessions that I do, so they know how it works.
And you are presenting at the next Australasian Intensive.
Yes, we are going there. It's amazing. We are going there, like, showing what I told you, to share with the people what we do with how we help parents to work systemically and to work with these techniques, of compassion constellations and how we work with them. So yes, we are going to do that. I'm really excited, and to meet all the network.
Absolutely. It's been a great space, and I I'm so grateful for what Janine is doing there as well. So, and connecting the communities, and
it's amazing. Yes.
Brilliant stuff. Well, I think we're just about at time here.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you feel that you want to share in here? Actually, one thing I do, is there a contact? So we will put the details that you've given me into the links, but if you'd like to speak that into the field, if there's a contact, if anyone's listening to this and wants to get in touch or be part of something that you're offering.
Yes. So for whatever we are going to do in Australia, that we do online group sessions for parents, for therapists, or group sessions in person, or individual sessions. I will appreciate if they can contact the Family System Hub. Also to know what we are going to do in February of this Compassionate Constellation seminar for the ones that wants to study that technique with a teacher from abroad. So also that is really nice. And if there's someone that needs someone that speaks Spanish, also you are far from your home and you want someone that speaks Spanish, also you can do it in the Family System Hub, because sometimes they need someone that speaks your own language.
Yes, absolutely.
It makes a difference.
So the Family System Hub,
Yes,
and
Family
you're based
System
in
Hub.
Melbourne.
Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Devi, for your time. It's been really beautiful to connect with you and look forward to meeting you in person.
Right.
Yeah,
Thank you for your generosity, Tracy. Thank you very much.
you're welcome.
It's lovely to meet you.
It's been a pleasure.
And continue doing a lot of podcasts because it's really interesting.
Thank you. Thank you for listening. Head over to Instagram and tell me what's resonated for you with this episode. You'll find me at tracy.cartwright. That's Tracy with no E. .cartwright. Or head over to my website, tracycartwright.co.nz, and receive a free audio with the gift from your ancestors. So until next time, be kind to yourself and have fun doing it.